Hello?
Yo, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Also, if you look at the stream, I don't know if you have the music thing set up for Roll20, but I can play music, depending on when we encounter certain things, you know?
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I don't necessarily have any of that set up.
I got, just chill music, I got some tavern music, a lot of it's from Skyrim, so,
Right. And that's a
uh,
good one to go with.
I also got some, like, dungeon music, so. So, yes.
Alright, well, it's just the two of us for
Yeah,
a little
I guess
bit
this is
then.
whoever for right now. Well, I'm gonna go to this screen. I believe that's the right screen. My camera's probably not showing right now. Yeah. Give me a second, chat. Chat, you can at least see the overlay I have for us. When everybody gets in, I can mess with the cameras and stuff.
I like that you have the D&D Beyond
Overlay? Yeah.
overlay,
Extension?
and then we can see the characters. That's neat.
Also going to have the names of each person under, you know, where the camera's going to be.
Yeah, I like it.
I also went out and found the D&D font for the text under the names too.
Just make sure you don't get copyrighted because of
I'm
that.
not gonna get copyrighted for that. If I get copyrighted for font and I'm this small, there's something wrong with the world.
I mean, yeah, you're probably right.
So, even if I do, I'll just change it to Arial. Hype, yes. Actually, since you are a DM, I made you a VIP of the channel so you can post links and stuff. This is a cool map. Granted, it's in the back of the book, so you know they're all cool.
Like it.
So do you know where we're starting yet?
Yeah, so my plan is to start us in the city of Sharn. So if you zoom in a whole lot, down towards the bottom southwestish part of the map, yeah, so quality turned out okay on Roll20, which I like. Yeah, so go over to the west a little bit more. And it's right at the hilt.
There it is, the hilt. Okay. Right next to the dagger wood.
Yep.
Zoom out
So the city of Sharn.
bit.
It's the biggest city in the whole continent. This whole continent, Corvair.
Oh, really? The
Corvair?
whole.
Yeah, Corvair. Not the whole world necessarily, but Corvair specifically. Because most Eberron stories take place in Corvair. Not that the other places don't exist, because they do, but this is where most stories take place.
Okay. Cool,
And it's
cool.
definitely what the book focuses on the most. So
Okay.
everything else about it, I'd have to either look up or make up. So,
Cool, cool.
which is fine with me. I don't have a problem with it.
The hills.
Also, I'm gonna
I get it now.
yeah, because it's the Dagger River.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn off push to talk. Let me know if there's a whole lot of like extra noise coming across.
Oh, you sound good. Sound normal.
All right, there we go.
So, again, chat, for those of you watching, I'm not going to be looking at chat, like, when we actually start, is why the mods are here, for if any of you get unruly. I doubt what's going to happen, so.
Let me see if there. I don't know if the book has a map of Sharn. That would be super nice.
Let me look. Does I have the actual book? Is it in the back? No, but there's a book of the whole world.
Yeah, there is, but we're not using the whole world as much. So
I might
there's
be able to maybe find Sharn on like the internet.
Well, there's so in the Dnd chapter there is a map for the different sections of the city.
Is it this?
Hold on, let me see what you're talking about.
Do you mean it too?
No, it's a bit different than that.
Because there's also this one.
Yeah,
that's just
that's
off
the one.
That's just off of Google Images, all right.
Yeah, that's the one. So I can grab a higher quality one of that. It's not super helpful for like. What was that?
You know what page it's on in the book?
No, because I have it in D&D Beyond.
Let me type in
So
Sharn.
I don't have pages. It's under the Wards of Sharn section though.
The reason I asked for the book because it'll be in a little bit better quality.
Well, yeah, the one that I have will probably be really good quality too because I'm getting it straight from Wizards of the Coast.
Oh, okay. Hey, what's up, Dick?
Hello.
Thickamus Prime.
Hello, hello. I just got out of class. It was an experience, let me tell you.
How old was the professor?
Both the professors are probably in their mid to late 30s, I'd guess.
Oh, there we go.
And they still struggled with.
So I basically let's like if I'm in like a master's level class,
yeah,
and I should have up to a master's level education. From my experience, everyone in my class has like a 7th grade level education. But one of my professors asked what an independent variable was in class.
Is this math?
Which I learned in like 7th grade, and no one knew.
There you go.
So I was kind of shocked.
I mean, I heard of it, but at the same time, like I don't remember everything about that.
And like my bachelor's was in behavior analysis. So it doesn't seem like anyone has had any formal education on behavior analysis. And so literally, I think like 2/3 of my master's program is going to be review for me.
That's exciting.
I have the classes, and then the important part, the part that really matters, is making a thesis. So,
well, at least it's easy.
And so I wish I could just cut to that thesis. Like, can I skip the first 2 years of my program? Honestly, guys, I cannot tell you how like crazy these classes were. That basically like no one knew the stuff that I expected, like, you know, some college common knowledge. And so like I was in class talking about like advanced stuff, and my
It's
my
like you should be in the AP class where it's
yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. So like behaviorists like don't believe in things like altruism and free will. And so my professor in class asked like what would be an altruistic reason why someone would do something, and I messaged in chat that altruism doesn't exist. And I think I got some like dirty faces, but the professor laughed and was like, "Yeah, you're right." Right.
That's funny.
If it helps, I also don't believe in free will.
Yeah, and so like I expect eventually in the program we're going to talk about free will and why behaviorists don't believe in free will.
I just not realized you're wearing a ring, by the way.
Yeah,
for the first
I have
time ever.
Yeah. But
I'm wearing a ring too.
Yeah, well, I mean, Thix has got
So-
like a fucking like D&D ring over here.
oh, it's my class ring
Like, look at that.
from. It's still from high school, so it's pretty old now. But it was my 16th
You
birthday.
could hurt
present
somebody
to
with that
parents.
thing.
All right, so I made a
You're D&D
character already.
Yep,
I don't know if you could see him,
I can.
but I don't know if I did anything wrong.
Let me look.
To my knowledge, I did everything correct. But obviously, I think y'all would know a little bit better than me.
Well, we'll just find out now, won't we?
I also
Oh, it's so bright.
I like actually wrote the backstory for him, and so if you don't like it and you want me to change it, let me know.
I will
You
probably
can
hate it.
apply the blue light filter to your computer, right? It's got an automatic built-in.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, go to the bottom right. You know where that little message thing is? The notifications? And then you see nightlight. Click on that.
Oh. Ooh.
I do that like when it gets late. I'm tired, but I want to keep gaming.
Looks a little better. There's another light I can turn on in here that might make things a bit better. I'll be right back.
How many classes did you have today, Thick? Just one?
I had 2. And so the first one was only an hour long. It actually went really quick and it was really nice. And then the second one, I think it was a little bit longer. But the start of the class, there were a ton of technical issues that my school didn't iron out before we started classes. And so we basically sat there for the first probably like 25 minutes and just waiting for class to start. Class was supposed to start at 6:45. I don't think we started class until like 7:05 or 7:10. So that's why I got out a little late.
Did they figure out how to? Did they actually figure out how to lock you guys from doing things?
No.
Oh
No.
my God.
I don't even know if they looked into that or they know. I didn't obviously do anything. There was a point where one of the girls that came in virtually to class, they have us like mute, except when we like talk or we ask something. And this girl just like wouldn't mute herself, and so I thought about just muting her myself because I had the power to. I'm guessing eventually the professor did.
Or someone else did.
Yeah, it's possible.
And somebody else is just
But-
like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Those are,
Oh, keep going.
I think stuff like that are things that the university probably doesn't think about. But
They also might think that, you know, you're college people, so
Yeah,
you're not gonna
yeah.
be unruly as, you know, you're paying for this education, so.
I've seen videos online of students in like high school where they ask to like share their screen, and so in a lot of things you can only share the screen if you're the host, and so the teacher will make them the host, and the student will kick the teacher, and then they'll be like, "What do y'all want to talk about? I'm the teacher now." And I
I'm
go, like,
curious
this
to
is-
why they don't use Discord, because Discord would be so much easier than Zoom on that.
I feel like there are a lot of places where it's better.
Yeah. We use so one thing like with Zoom is that like you could lock your rooms to a password, but like anyone who gets that password can give it to any random schmuck. There are services that we use for work where basically like I have to put someone's email in to allow them to join,
Mm-hmm.
and then they get an email that says here's your link, and only that one it's not like a code to get in or anything. Only that person can get in.
Yeah, and you can do the same thing with Discord too. It's just confusing, like, why they don't use Discord. Like, I wonder what the decision-making process was to not use it.
I really think it just, when like COVID started hitting, Zoom kind of surged in popularity, and it's kind of like, well, everyone's using it, so we
Hey, Thickamus,
yeah, what's up?
did you do your starting equipment?
I chose equipment. It like gave me things to choose,
Okay.
and I just it said like you could buy stuff or you could just like choose this stuff, and I just chose that stuff.
That's what you should do. I equipped your leather armor because you didn't have it equipped, and I
Oh,
equipped
okay.
your dagger because you didn't have it equipped.
Oh, I didn't want it equipped.
Why not?
I have a plan.
Okay. Well, I don't know what your plan is, but if you have it equipped, then it shows up in your actions on your character sheet.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll just equip it.
Yeah. Well, I did it already for you.
Okay. How do I equip stuff on it? Oh,
So if
do
you
I
go
just
to
click that
equipment,
little box?
yeah. Mhm.
Okay, cool.
So your armor class went up a point, which is what we want. Why is your initiative only +3? Shouldn't it be +4?
For what? For
My
17?
dexterity is +4.
Yeah, so your initiative should be +4.
Your dexterity's +2.
No, his dexterity is +4. What are you talking about?
I'm proficient in
Oh,
dexterity.
I'm
so-
looking at saving throws. Never mind.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was looking
My
at saving throws as well.
How did you determine your ability
Stats?
scores? Yeah.
I rolled
He rolled.
4d6s and then took away the lowest number.
Okay.
I was there
And
when
those
you
were
did it.
those
So
were
you
the
just rolled
numbers.
lower then.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
what we did for the other campaign too. That's what broke told us to do, and I thought
Yeah,
it
no,
worked.
that's the best way to do it.
He used rolled 20, so that's why his numbers are probably as low as they are.
What'd you say, Uber?
I said you used roll 20, so that's probably why your numbers are low as they are.
Yeah, I did.
I've
use
never
roll
rolled
20
an
to
8
roll.
on real dice, like ever, in terms of like character stats.
Is
That
Unreal
is
Dice
pretty difficult.
what you use here with D&D Beyond?
I mean, it's up to you what you use for dice.
Okay.
He said we can use roll 20 or we can use a real. Oh my god, that's bright.
Wow, that's
Fuck.
bright.
That's bright.
You could also use. There's a die roller in
I did see that.
in whatever the heck it's called.
One
D&D
thing
Beyond. There we go.
I like is that like I just clicked my initiative or something like that and it rolled, which I think is nice. And then
Okay,
it
so now I
adds
understand why your
it
initiative is
adds your
good.
modifier as well. So I think I might use that. So is the stream up?
The
Yeah,
stream's
we're
up, but we're
live
not.
right now. We're just not. The cameras are not on there right now. Because the way I'm gonna have to do it is everyone's gonna have to be here for me to set the cameras up. Because the
Okay.
aspect ratio
Yeah.
will be different.
Yep, I get that.
Yeah. Oh, and
Be nice if we could use something that wouldn't change that around, but I don't know how you could do that. What are you looking at? What was
Dice
that?
Tower.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
Otherwise, let's see. Did you do your hit points correctly?
It did it for me.
Oh, okay. You did the average hit points then?
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, but you should be good to go then.
Do you want to see where we're starting, Thick?
Is it just where like what was on the stream?
Yeah, it's you see this like place right here? It's called Sharn. That's where we're starting. I'm gonna pull up a.
Yeah, so there's a whole chapter in the book on Sharn, and it's a lot of reading.
I read a little bit of the book when I had time.
Yeah, it's a lot of reading, so I understand.
I read
if you don't have time.
I read a lot about the different races and kind of some backstory. I wanted to read about like a lot of the stuff on like goblins because that's the character that I play.
Right, makes sense.
So
Seems sensible.
This is where we're gonna be. Sharn, the city of towers. I don't know if you can see it well.
okay.
Yeah, it's really fucking thing is really just meant for Roll20.
It's in D&D Beyond that has that book.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I have.
Yeah, so you should have access to all of the source books that I have, which are quite a few. So
You can also download the app too and download it on your phone.
that's also true.
What do you
Download
guys
the
find the
books.
best way to take notes on session? Do you guys just like have Word
So what I
open?
normally do is I don't have access to the source books on D&D Beyond, or like my group would use D&D Beyond because it's easy and it's simple. But we normally just use docs and we just have like a notes section. So what I would do for this one is I'm just going to go to the notes section of, D&D Beyond and add it to the other portion. That's what I was going to
Where
do.
is that?
If you
And
go on the
I use
notes
OneNote.
for DMing, I use OneNote, but
Yeah, OneNote's super nice for
Yeah.
DMs, but for you, I would just do like a text document or a Word document or whatever.
Okay.
I don't have
I
Word
just
on my
wanted
computer,
to-
so.
I started watching Critical Role, kind of just
Yeah.
to like see what a good D&D game would look like.
So
And they
Critical
take
Role. I'm just gonna say this: Critical Role is awesome. I love Critical Role, but don't expect every D&D game to be like that, because it's a group of
They-
trained voice actors.
they
Yeah,
are
yeah,
fucking amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they were like taking notes on like who they meet and where they meet them
Yeah,
and stuff like that. And
yeah.
I was
That's
like,
a good idea.
Maybe it should be a good idea to do that.
It's
So,
a good idea.
Which
I
campaigns you start with? 1 or 2?
The second one,
The second campaign?
yeah, it just was like, obviously it's newer, and so it was.
Do you
a little
remember
bit-
you remember the
had a
characters?
higher video quality and.
Do you remember
No, I
the
don't
characters?
remember. I only was able to watch like the first like hour of
Okay.
the first episode so far. I haven't watched it a lot.
Oh, then he's barely even met the character you're thinking of, bro.
But
Yeah.
I enjoyed watching it so far.
Well, that
It was
character.
cool. What? Are we starting with inspiration or no?
I actually hardly ever use inspiration, so
Okay.
And also, are we gonna use the milestone level up system, or are you gonna do XP?
I would prefer milestone unless you guys really want XP.
That's
But
fine. I like milestone
in the
too.
thing,
recently
I
switched
chose
to that.
milestone because I'm pretty sure Brooke told me to. So.
Well, when we were talking
Unfortunately.
about it, I said to the group, I was like, I'd prefer to use milestone, so unless you guys really, really don't want to. But
No,
you all have to do the same
I
thing,
love
so-
milestone. It's just easier for the DM for one.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I have no frames to choose from.
Well, I also like it because I can kind of gauge like what you guys have done rather than focusing on
Exactly.
how much experience you've gotten.
I feel like
Um,
experience works best for like my friend's campaign that he's thinking about doing called the Endless Dungeon, where it's
Oh,
legit.
yeah,
It's
okay.
it's like Dan Mahaki, the anime.
Let me get my cam. One second.
What's up, AU?
Howdy, howdy. Just be a moment.
I know Insulin said he was going to watch it tonight. He said he would be really interested. So,
What's up, Mad Dog? Just as a reminder, chat, once we actually get started and everybody gets here and we're talking more about things, I'm not going to be paying attention to the chat, but the mods will be. So,
I got my textbook too. This is one of my textbooks.
god damn.
This is
How
my
much
textbook.
how much that thing cost?
It was like 150, I think I paid for it. Wasn't bad actually, but
For a textbook, that's
But, like-
that's actually pretty good.
like this is like I'll use basically forever. Like current
Yeah.
UCBA still use this book, and so like I was technically supposed to buy it for a class in undergrad, but the professor said it wasn't super necessary, and I was a lot poorer in undergrad. So I was like, yeah, I won't buy it. I'll get it later. So I bought it. And then I just have this other little baby book. Small little baby book.
that probably cost $500.
This so
Oh no.
this was $150. This was $60. So
It's not
it's still
$500
less,
though.
but comparative, it's
It's insane.
Oh,
Listen
can you-
here, Cassinet.
yes, we can hear you.
Alright. Well,
Let me turn your mic up a little bit.
think. Do I turn this thing on?
Should just
I've never
press
had to
the
use-
There should be a
camera.
camera icon.
Oh, there we go. Oh god, I look tired. Probably because I am.
I mean, we're all tired.
I feel that.
Sounds like most people are tired right
I also went to my university today, which was an experience.
Yeah, how was that?
It wasn't bad. It was like a ghost town though. It was like just weird, you know?
Yeah.
Like the last time I was like at a college and going to school, there was like a ton of people always there walking around. You're seeing people, you're having fun, and then
College,
I go back,
yeah.
and then I go
There we
back.
go.
Hey, there
Hey,
he
what's
is.
up?
Howdy. Howdy,
go
howdy,
back
not
and-
much.
And it's a ghost town. I think I
You
saw
gotta light a
5
candle.
people the whole time I was there.
Wow.
One of them was someone I went to undergrad with, which was the biggest coincidence in the world.
Life's a breeze, if anybody was curious.
Okay, I am curious.
I
Anyone-
needed to know that.
I want
Can
those
anyone hear
D&D
the
scented
fan in my
candles.
background?
No, I
You have
can't hear it.
D&D scented candles?
Yeah, they do.
That's amazing.
Yeah, here, let
I don't
me,
hear you a sec.
Okay, cool. I just
Hold
didn't know
on.
if y'all could hear my
Let me see
fan
how
in the
the-
background.
ooh, wait, I have an idea for lighting. One second.
Did anyone make like props or something or anything?
Yeah,
No.
yeah, they're called
What does
Cantrip
not
candles.
do
I'll link it to you
lighting
guys.
Just by candlelight.
I had
is
an
not-
idea for a prop, but I couldn't get it in time, so I didn't.
Okay.
Here's my prop. I got some metal dice.
Yo, if we're
Uh,
talking about props, I got a lot of them. What?
So the only thing that I don't know because I haven't delved deep into it is spells. And like I was reading that like some spells you need items for and some spells
So
Yes.
yes
Components.
and no.
okay.
I can't remember how it works for a part. I'd have to read it again.
So,
But
from what I can
most-
remember, if you want me to explain it a little bit.
well, I think if I remember correctly, the bard gets to use their instrument as their focus.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so with an arcane focus, whenever you cast a spell, If it has a material component that doesn't have a value listed, then you don't need the material component.
This says hit DC, and then it says Wisdom 13. Does that mean I need 13 Wisdom to use it?
No, what are you looking at?
On under my spells in D&D
Which one you looking
Beyond,
at?
I have a spell called Charm Person.
Okay.
And then it says hit DC, and then it says Wisdom 13.
That
Yeah,
would
so,
mean that. Yeah, you go ahead. Sorry, I'm just used to explaining things.
The Wisdom 13. So they have to hit DC is what it says when it's a ranged spell attack. Charm Person isn't a ranged spell attack though. Charm Person has a saving throw. The target you're casting it against has to make a saving throw, and they have to beat that score. If they fail that score, then it'll usually say what happens if they fail. Like this one says, if the target fails the saving throw, it is charmed by you until the spell ends, or until your companions do anything harmful to it. Yeah, you got it. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Man, I got a lot of random shit in my room.
I do too.
Nice.
It's okay. There's a lot of random stuff that you don't see on my desk.
All my shit's in my closet.
I have a magic 8-ball. I have
Eddie?
this little dude.
Oh, hold on. We talking about Funko Pops? Can you see him in the?
No,
The
he's
top of
like
the
a
frame?
plush. I have
I like the ghost.
this on my
Thank you.
desk.
Oh, nice.
I also
Hang on.
have this on my desk.
That's pretty cool.
I also have a lot of water bottles. I'm in love with water bottles, guys. This is a water bottle that I bought that tells you the temperature of the contents
That's really cool.
inside with an LED.
How much did that cost you think?
It was so.
Oh shit.
That's cool.
That's
It
nice.
was it was $20. So the only thing I'm worried about is that there's nothing that tells me how to replace the battery in it.
Buy a new one.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing it's gonna get to the point of.
Excuse
So you have
me,
to buy
I
a
don't
new
need
one.
batteries. I just buy new.
That's the only thing I'm worried about.
Anytime my phone runs out of battery, I just buy a new one.
Oh God, could you? Somebody that's just too stupid to figure out how to charge their phone. I can imagine that happening.
0%. Yeah. Onto the pile.
All right, AU, I think you haven't made a character yet.
Not yet. I'm not sure what the setting is.
So it's
Figure
Eberron.
Eberron.
If you join the D&D Beyond campaign, you'll have
From
access to
Roll20?
the Eberron sourcebook. No, it's well, you can't. You need to join Roll20 too. But
You might need to link it to it again
yeah, I'll probably need to link it again.
because it's far
Let me
up there.
find it.
Oh wait. So Eberron's a specific like campaign used for.
Yeah, it's a campaign setting. So it's
Okay.
basically, think of I've seen it called like Mage Punk or Dungeon Punk. So
Okay.
it's kind of like a steampunk, but heroic fantasy type stuff.
Okay.
It's got lots of interesting things. We'll talk more about it as the night goes on, but you can at least start working on your character.
Any class restrictions, anything like that going on?
Nope, it's anything that's been printed in an
Okay.
official D&D book is fair game. And if you
Okay.
have something homebrewed you want to ask about, we could talk about it. But
Okay.
it's harder to implement that
Yeah.
in D&D Beyond than other stuff. All right.
We also currently have a Tiefling Hexblade Warlock and a Goblin Bard.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a big thing about Eberron. Goblins, hobgoblins, bugbears, orcs, all of them are more civilized in Eberron, and they're
Okay.
not like immediately enemies like a standard D&D campaign would be.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah,
that
in
case,
the-
I get to look at more of the
the-
fun stuff.
In the critical role, they have a goblin, and they like have to make sure he's hidden. And I was like, "Oh, do I have to do that?"
No, you don't have to do that. Not in
Oh,
Eberron. you don't have to.
I have always wanted to do 2 kobolds in a trench coat.
Well, unfortunately, that one is not available in Eberron,
Dang.
so...
Kobolds aren't damn. From Peace to Dream.
But anyway, I linked it there in the chat, in the Discord chat.
Perfect.
Have you ever
I have to
used
buy it.
D&D Beyond? No, you don't have to.
No. Oh, okay, I don't have to. All right.
If you
Fine.
if you join the campaign and start creating a character there, it'll give you access to all the source materials that I have.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So
Right.
it
Connecting
requires...
my Google account.
Okay, that works. Back when I signed up for it, you could only sign up with a Twitch account.
You know, you
Oh,
can do Google
interesting.
and everything.
It didn't even show Twitch as an option this time. Weird.
Also, if everybody looks, including chat, if you look at the, if you like move your mouse over the screen, you can see our characters and their hit points and everything. We have that overlay going.
You can even pull up their ability scores and some of their
Well,
attack options.
That's in Twitch? Hold
Yep,
on.
in
Yeah.
Twitch, yeah.
It's pretty neat.
It's the overlay
on,
that Critical Role uses.
So what do I have to do?
So just like on my stream, just
better.
move your mouse over it. You can click on, if you click on my character,
That's
you can see
cool.
the ability scrolls and everything.
That's so cool.
I really want the source materials for D&D Beyond so that way I can just make my campaigns there because it's so easy.
Yep. And it doesn't cost that much to be able to just share it. So.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, just homebrew. Oh, they have Magic the Gathering content? What?
They do, but I don't own any of it, so you won't
Okay,
be able to
so
use it.
They also
Turn
have
that one
Rick and
off,
Morty
probably.
content too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
the
that
Rick
too.
and
I
Morty
want to
content.
play
It
that
told
so
me-
bad.
It told me there was Rick and Morty content, and then I didn't see any, but...
Yeah, well, I don't have that source.
Uh,
Yeah, so the
Oh,
only
I'll turn
content
off the-
you should have...
okay.
The only content you should have is Eberron content, and then just like the standard content.
Okay. And not Critical Role content and all that.
I mean, the Critical Role content I'm okay with. If you want to use it, you can.
I'm not sure what's different between those two, so sure, since I've seen
The Critical Role content are like different nations. There's some different backgrounds.
Okay.
I think
So
you might be
a few
thinking of...
classes are different too. In the Wild
Yeah,
Mountain
so
book.
the big ones, they have the Blood Hunter is a whole new class. And then they have a...
Witch Hunter, I believe I might be in there. I don't know.
No, the other one they have is the fighter. One of the fighter subclasses is Gunslinger. So that's
That's right.
different.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that
that's
actually
kinda
that would
neat.
fit into Eberron a whole lot. So if you want to do that, you can.
Okay. I was actually thinking about going Artificer if that's available in Eberron.
That's where it's
Oh.
from. It's Eberron. So
Sweet.
the Artificer is from Eberron.
And what races
it's
do we
really
already
cool.
have? A Goblin and a what?
Tiefling.
Goblin and Tiefling. Okay.
Yep. And then the last person we don't have decided yet. So.
Oh, also I have my own dice, but I doubt we're going to be rolling.
Yeah, I mean, you'll probably roll for your stats tonight, but other than that,
Yeah. No, in that case, I got the. Hold on, can I? Are they right here? Or are they- Oh, here they are. I got these special dice at a convention. I actually made
nice.
friends with the created gold metal dice.
It's out of metal
Love 'em.
too.
Hell yeah!
You're,
metal dice are
missing one.
great. No, it's just really far back in there.
oh, okay.
Triangles are hard to make stick out. Hey, nice. It's a bit like brighter goldish. That's cool.
Yeah,
I
see,
love-
these are the
Did you
dice
get
I
skull
have.
splitters as well? Wait, what type of dice do you have? Because I got mine at skull splitters.
These are the dice I have. They're all D6s.
Nice. The only dice you need, honestly.
My entire dice collection.
I'm pretty sure this
This is the
It's got a
oldest
magic
D20
8
I
ball.
have.
He's trying to figure out.
I think the Magic 8 Ball probably has a D6 in it.
It's a D4.
Maybe a D8.
D4? Is it D4?
I think it's a
No,
D4.
there's more than 4 choices in there.
Might be D8 then. This is a D8.
I think it's a D6 because it's like a pyramid, but it's double. It's two-sided.
It looks like a D8 then.
Yeah, because this is a D8.
Oh, then
Here, let me
maybe
get one that's a
maybe
little
it's a
bit clearer.
D8 then.
Here, this will be a little clearer.
Yeah.
I keep my most used dice in this. So chat, does everyone sound good? Is the audio quality good?
Yeah.
So, you should be able to. You have a character in there. You should be able to access the books that I have.
Yeah, I'm working on my character right now. I think I have an idea, and it's I'm thinking of doing a Warforged artificer.
Sounds good to me.
Doesn't know who made him, but he wants to do them proud and compete and make something that surpasses himself. I'm thinking that's what I'm gonna go with.
Sounds like a good character.
I mean, actually, that might not work character-wise.
What's your hold up? Why do you not want to do that?
It look actually no, it doesn't say anything about they can't be creative. Just says they prefer order. Okay. Heal pain and emotion. Okay. Now find a purpose beyond war. Okay, yeah, that can be worked with. I'm just looking at the racial backgrounds of each thing, making sure it would be okay, like lore-wise.
Also, with the cantrip candles, the D&D scented candles for different things. Inside they put a D20.
That's pretty cool.
So when you get all the way down, you get like a metal D20.
That's really cool. I saw this link that you sent, but it says that they all were sold out, which sucks, I guess. But with everything going on, I guess.
Yeah.
But hopefully they restock soon.
Oh, they're so cool. So what was everyone's first D&D character?
My first D&D character, I feel like, was like a half-elf cleric or something like that.
Mine was a druid dwarf.
This will be my first D&D character.
Hype.
Wow. I thought you had played before with Costa.
I was the DM.
Oh.
Yeah, I've never made a character before. Well, I'll say this. Back in, like, I think it was, like, 5th grade, I went over to a friend's house, and his older brother was playing D&D with his friends, and they had us make characters. I don't even remember what that dude's house looked like, so I'm not counting that character.
I was an elf. I want to say ranger in 4E.
Okay.
Where are you guys at? Omni, we haven't really started yet. We're waiting on. We're not in Discord. We're in a Discord call. Because we're gonna stream our cams, which whenever it gets here. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in Massachusetts right now. I don't know where y'all are.
I'm in Florida.
Plot twist, I'm actually in the mystical world of Corvair.
I want to point out that Corvair is a continent.
Oh.
The world is Eberron. Jeez, get it right.
You know what? I'm just gonna roll a d20. I can't decide what language I want to learn. That's my second.
Hold on. Hold on.
You stupid
yes,
magic
gnomish.
Nah, close actually.
Yeah, so back in the early days of the clan, Omni got me these figurines that have never been opened for the Hunter and the Titan.
That's pretty cool.
Bless you.
Let me see it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh wait a minute.
Is Omni still here in the chat?
Yeah, it should be.
Omni, I love you.
Omni, I
Tickle's
hate
Prime
you.
loves you.
Oh, fuck. Looks like Omni has a lover and a hater in the Discord call. Chat, I don't have a mug, but I do have a water bottle.
I
But
can't
this is gonna
see
be
you at
like
the
my...
moment. We gotta wait for Mr. Loverwoo to get here.
He said he was going to be a bit longer. We might, we might get started without him. Unless we want to wait. I don't know if you guys want to wait. Let me put it this way. I don't know how long you guys have tonight, so.
No, I have a little bit, but I don't have like infinite time on me. I wish I did. Like, I think waiting for him would depend on how long he thinks he's going to wait.
His software keeps crashing, so.
Yeah.
You have access to the same group chat. That,
I know. Obviously, I'm filling up my mug right now.
Okay, put the alcohol away. No alcohol at the D&D table.
It's not alcohol. It's sweet tea.
Mm-hmm.
We got a big table.
Do I have a big what?
We have a big table. Get it?
No,
No,
not really, but I'm a little slow right now.
Oh,
I'm not even slow and I don't get it. So.
we're in a voice call. We have a big table. We're in different places.
I see. What
Yeah,
you
we
mean.
put all our
Okay.
tables together, and then we have
Yeah,
one large table.
No, I don't think that's what he meant.
Yeah.
Oh. Where I went.
It's
No,
it's even funnier that I had to explain it.
I just want to make sure I got this right. So we're gonna be doing Tuesdays.
Yeah,
But we're gonna
Tuesdays.
start next Tuesday.
We can start next Tuesday. Yes.
Okay. I just want to know if like we plan on meeting tomorrow or not.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's a good question. Do you guys want to start tomorrow?
I mean, that's up to everybody too.
Fucking murder you, son of a bitch.
Hey, you don't have to take your anger out on us. I think.
He said just go without me. I don't want to hold you guys up. You motherfucker.
Let's get started.
All right, I'll
Uh,
get the cameras set up for the 4 of us here first.
yeah, please do. Is there anyone who doesn't want to start tomorrow?
I'm free.
I'll start. Yeah, I'll start. Do you have any like expectations on how long the start process would be?
Well, like, I mean, I would imagine us doing 2 or 3 hours a session.
That's fine.
I mean, as long as that's okay with you guys.
Yeah, I'm good for that.
I could usually go longer than that, but I know not everyone can. So
Yeah, I think like midnight is probably a time that I should go to bed.
Okay.
So
And then is 8 o'clock EST too early for you guys?
No,
There's my face.
That is big, thick.
Oh, damn.
no, that's good for me on Tuesdays.
Okay.
Mondays.
The other
it
two of
wouldn't
you,
work for
8
me.
o'clock EST Tuesdays works? Yes, no?
That's a good conversation
Say
you
it
got.
again?
Tuesdays at 8 p.m. EST. Yes?
Yep. Sounds fine.
3 hours-ish.
Yeah, that works for me.
I'm pretty sure that works for Broke, even though he's not saying anything. I'm gonna let him focus on his stuff.
There's me.
Also-
You can make me smaller. I could probably use to be a little smaller, but
That delay is enormous.
I'm working on it. It's difficult.
Okay, then we could try and start.
Yeah, I
I'm-
can keep going. I can walk and talk.
We can try and start tomorrow. If I can get Mr. Loveru's character created tonight, and if he can get in here for at least some of this, because there's some stuff we do need to talk about together.
Okay.
So that's going to be important.
Oh, what level are we starting at?
4.
Starting at level 4.
Okay.
So
am I good right now? You can say no. Am I good right now to like throw out a game in the background while we're just talking?
I mean, I'd probably prefer you didn't, but
That's fine. I'm here.
because we are actively starting to discuss real things now.
Okay. I didn't know if that's what we were doing or not.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay, so we'll try to start tomorrow. I'm not making any promises because I don't know if I'll have everything to really start tomorrow, but I think I think I can make that work. And I'd prefer, since we're playing every other week, I prefer that this week be the week we start rather than next week.
Okay.
Because that's an offset from one of the other games that I run, so it makes my weeks a little less busy. Okay, so before we begin, I want to talk about like campaign expectations. And so what I need to know from you guys is a couple things. One, how do you guys feel about characters, like your characters, dying? Is that something you want me to avoid? Do you want me to discuss it with you before it happens? Or do you not care and I can kill off your character whenever you want? Or whenever I
like-
want?
As the nature of D&D, if it happens, it happens. That's at least my.
And some people
mentality.
feel that way, some people don't, though. So I just want to make sure.
For that, I'm kind of under the expectation of kind of the same thing, like, but you know, like kind of how like you know, Matt Mercer does it. You know, like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not super familiar with how Matt Mercer does it, so if you could give
Just
me a little more
like
of that.
you know, like he's not actively trying to do it, but at the same time, if it happens, it happens.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
that's generally how I feel about it.
I think if it
Second
makes sense for our character to die,
Yeah.
it makes sense. Like,
do you have your
I-
character name yet? You?
No, it's still like going through
I
the
Okay.
basics of Artificer.
watched
Yeah,
some
no worries.
videos on DMing, and he's like, and the guy was like, I don't personally like want my players' characters to die, but if someone like jumps in a pool of lava, I kill them off, and I go, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, like I'm not like going to.
I mean,
intentionally
obviously,
try to
if
create
we
this
do
character.
something stupid, then of course punish us for it being said
Yeah.
stupid.
Oh, I'll
Yeah.
punish you. Don't worry. Okay, so that's the first thing. Second thing, are there themes, topics, whatever that are off limits for you? And if there are, and you don't want to say it, and you just want to message me privately, you can. And I will avoid it entirely. But I just need to know if there.
I
is.
mean, maybe obviously rape.
yes.
So
that's
obviously,
my thing.
but I feel like I
Uh,
should say it. Yeah.
Well,
Just because
not, so
some
for me, it's not
people in
just
the
rape,
past
but-
the first one I did was rough.
Yeah, that's
so.
off the table for me. And the other thing is, like, I'm not big on involving anything sex related in D&D. I just don't care. Not interested.
Okay.
So as your DM, I'm never going to do anything like that. But if there's anything else for you guys that is off
Can
limits
we
for you,
not have insulin shots in it?
you know what? Bonus. We're already doing that.
There we go. There we go.
Already doing that.
That's my one want.
Okay.
I got enough
All
of
right,
him
you
at
guys
home.
should see yourselves on the feed
I do.
now.
Oh, it's beautiful. But I just realized there's a big delay, so I can't look at stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can look at us in Discord. So
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you have two monitors, yeah.
Okay, so that's good to know. And then the last thing that I wanted to talk about, do you guys have, well, actually there's two things. One, on the scale of whimsical to serious, what do you want out of a campaign of D&D?
Can I go first?
Yes.
I've never done a D&D campaign. I know a lot of you have, and so I'm sure a lot of y'all will take it a little more serious. My idea is just to have fun. And
Right.
so I think I can have fun in a serious campaign. I think I can have fun in a whimsical campaign. But if I do anything, like I have a plan for my character, but if I do anything that you guys go, nah, we don't want to do that, just let me know.
I kind of have an idea on how you're going to do yours, Thick. I think that'll be fine for those of us that kind of want to be more serious about it. Because again, you're going to be role playing, so that's your character.
Yeah.
So I think that's
Yeah.
fine.
But I don't really care if it's like more serious or more whimsical.
Other two of you, thoughts?
I'm honestly down for any way that it goes. Like, I don't really feel too strongly one way or the other. I'm down for a fun adventurous campaign. I'm down for a gritty campaign. Down for whatever.
I feel like a
A mix
kind of-
between the two.
yeah, like I feel like it would be cool to have some like non-serious events and stuff in there. But I also think like if we're in the middle of combat and then like a big fluffy unicorn comes out of nowhere, I'm kind of gonna be like, what the fuck's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Or like the occasional like batshit crazy wizard shopkeeper guy just with this weird ass accent, like.
Can't get my
So-
hair to stay up, I should say.
All right, so it sounds like we're pretty middle of the road there. So that works for me. Okay, then the next thing we're going to do, So for general information about Eberron and the world, you can always feel free to ask me. But the first 3 chapters of the Eberron book are going to give you a bunch of information. Chapter 1 has character options for you guys to explore, which probably won't matter too much after we get done here, but it does have some information about the world. Chapter 2 especially has a lot of information about Corvair, which is the continent that we're starting on. And then Chapter 3 has a bunch of information about the city Sharn, which is the city that we're starting in. So you're going to get tons of information through there. But of course, you can always ask me if you have any questions as well. So this is what I do with my games. I like to give you guys, the players, a bit of information about the world as a whole. And so normally I would have like 6 distinctives about our world, or about our campaign, I should say. But instead, there's a section of the book that we'll look at real quick here in a minute that has just 7 facts about Eberron.
It's the Eberron Rising from the Last War book?
Yes, it is. And then the other thing that I like to give my players is a campaign hook. So this is going to be like the point of the campaign. Now, that doesn't mean your character necessarily already has that goal in mind. It doesn't mean that your character necessarily knows anything about that goal, but I just want you guys to create characters who aren't going to be inherently opposed to that goal. So that way, whenever it comes up in the campaign and presents itself to your characters aren't going to be like, yeah, I'm not interested, I'm going to go do something else. Does that make sense? Okay. So to begin, the campaign, the hook for our campaign is going to be discover what caused the first mourning and prevent it from happening again. So for those of you who don't know, Eberron.
Can I add that to my notes now?
Yes, go for it. For sure. Discover the first mourning, discover what caused the first mourning and prevent it from happening again. So, for those of you who don't know, Eberron, it used to be this Corvair specifically, used to be a continent with 5 nations. I can't remember the names of them off the top of my head, I'd have to look. It's funny. So,
I have a question. Can we get that hook one more time?
Yeah.
I'll copy and paste it to you, Thick. I already have it done.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
So, Eberron used to be 5 nations, and then they were united under one kingdom. Well, when the king died, the 5 nations went to war with one another to determine who would be his successor. And I think the war, I want to say it lasted like hundreds of years. It was a lengthy war. But then it ended shortly after this event called the Mourning. And if you guys have the game pulled up in Roll20, you can see the map of Corvair. And for stream, if Broke wants to scroll over to where the Mournland is.
Is it to the top left?
It's kind of in the middle.
Oh, there it is.
Mournland. Yeah, the white outline.
Yeah. So the Mournland was one of the 5 original nations. And then it suddenly, in a cataclysmic event, was essentially wiped off the map, and it became this place called the Mournland. You can read in the book what that exactly all entails, because it's not exactly, it's not nice. It's not a very nice place right now. It's been drastically changed from what it was, and so everyone who was there in that nation is now gone. They're all either dead or disappeared, or people aren't entirely sure. No one knows what caused it. It just one day happened over about the course of a day. Basically, a big mist spread out across the land, and the land completely changed itself, and all the people were gone. And now the Mournland is a pretty dangerous place. So, that's sort of the idea of what you guys are eventually going to work up to, figuring out what caused that, and to stop it from happening again. If you read through the book, nobody seems to know what caused it in the first place, and so now they've kind of made this treaty, and what was 5 nations has split into several different nations. I think there's like almost 10 of them now in this continent, and they all are sort of at this like tenuous peace, because they're not sure, did one of those nations cause this, and could they make it happen to more places on the continent? So it's sort of this uncertain peace that's going on right now. Does that make sense? Any questions about that?
Yep.
That makes sense, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And most of all of that you could read in the book too. So, but I just want to make sure since it's
And that starts in
since it's
chapter 2?
I think
Or
that
3?
I all read. I think all of that was in the introduction actually.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, I can find it real quick. Yeah, it's in the history of Eberron section. It
Okay.
talks about the 5 nations, and then it gets down to it's called the Mourning, I think.
I have a question.
Yeah.
We might get into this later, but is there like an official map of the city that we're starting in?
No, not really. There's a map that Broke pulled up earlier and that I can link to us, where
Yeah, if
it shows kind of
you
like
could
the
actually
different sections of the city.
import it in.
Oh, is it like the upper section? The
Yeah,
lower
yeah.
section?
Like
Yeah.
that.
I
Here,
have
let me
that,
try
yep.
to pull that up.
The
for
Skyway,
chat.
Upper
That's
City.
the only official map that I know of. There might be others out there, and I might try and find them before we play tomorrow. But we'll see.
Okay.
Anyway,
Mhm.
I think it's in the history of Eberron. Sorry, I'm just looking for where it talks about the Mourning. more.
This is the one in the book chat, but you can't see it well because of the way that the stream's set up. So I'm gonna show you this one. That's kind of how it looks. Most of all, if you guys want the image, I'll link it to you right now, chat.
Okay. Sorry, I found that section for anyone who wants to read up on the Mourning. If you go into the introduction of the book, there's a section called The Last War, and one of the subsections is called The Mourning, and it talks all about what happened with it. But anyway, all that to say, so that's the kind of like the pivotal central aspect of our campaign. It'll be a while before your characters get to really like realize that that's what you're kind of doing, but eventually we'll get there. And so just don't make a character who would be completely uninterested in that. That's all I ask.
Okay.
When it comes to alignments in your characters, I'm okay with anything except for evil alignments, because I think that evil alignments tend to make party life difficult, just because there's no reason for your characters.
He's out of here.
I guess that was enough to make him quit. I don't know what I did.
He's like, he can't make an evil character. I'm out of here.
Oh, now we're all in different places too. That's wonderful.
Should we share now? Like, oh yeah, I'm where Black. I'm where.
No,
Dungeon
it
Master.
fixed itself.
It fixed itself.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Should we share our character's alignment right now?
I mean, you can. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, my character is gonna be true neutral.
Yeah, which, by the way, just so you know, Thick, that is the hardest alignment to play.
You really have to play like devil's advocate.
Yeah, basically.
You'll see where I'm coming from. You may like see how I play it and then go, actually, that should be this alignment. But
I'll let you know. It's not a big deal. It's not a problem. I'm just letting you know it's difficult. Anyway, so I was saying, AU, no evil characters. I think evil characters make life difficult for the party. It makes people hard to work together. So unless that's a major problem for you guys, but I don't think most people care about that. So, anyway, going back on. So instead of giving you 6 distinctive facts about the campaign, we're just going to go to in the book. There is a 7 things to know section. So I can read it for you guys right now. It's in the introduction, and it's its own little subsection called 7 things to know.
Welcome to Eberron, 7 things to know. Okay. I mean, you can read it if you want. I mean, it's up to you.
if you're gonna read it, I'm just gonna like mute myself so I can hear it because it's personally easier for me just to read it.
If you want to read it.
I don't know that I have to read it. I mean, at most it'd be for stream because you guys have to read this. It'd be best if you read like the first 3 chapters, but this is probably the most important part because it gives you a quick summary of like 7 important things to know about Eberron.
How do I view it again?
So if you go to
if you duplicate
D&D
your
Beyond,
tab, if you duplicate your tab where your character's on for D&D Beyond, and then you go to the top under sources, you're just going to click on the Eberron Rising from the Last War book, and then you'll have access to it.
Oh, I have to finish the character first before it'll let me do that. Oh, wait.
you should be able to get there without finishing it.
No, I clicked on my character thing, and then it just said character not ready. Oh, my campaign? Wait, is that what you said?
It's under
It's under sources.
sources.
Source
see.
books.
Oh, okay, hold on. Sources. Eberron rising with the bolt from the last war. All right.
Yep.
7 things to know. Okay, yep. Now I can see it.
Yep. Perfect. Yeah. So,
I
yeah,
think
this is-
stream should hear it because it's gonna be really hard for me to pull it up for them.
That's fine. I
So-
can read it out then. I don't have a problem with that.
Yep,
If you guys
go
just
ahead.
want to listen along. Sorry, stream. I'm going to be reading for a minute because it's. a
So
decent
if you
sized
need to
page,
mute in the call, just go ahead and do that, or deafen, whatever.
Okay. So it says, what is Eberron? Here are the key things to know. 1. The last war has ended, sort of. The last war plunged the continent of Corvair into civil war more than a century ago, shattering the 5 nations that made up the Kingdom of Galifar. Just 2 years ago, the war ended with the signing of the Treaty of Thronehold and the establishment of 12 recognized nations and a tenuous peace. The conflicts, the anger, and the pain of the long war remain, however, and the new nations seek every advantage as they prepare for the next war to break out on the continent. So the idea, like I said earlier, it's peace right now, but it's kind of more like a Cold War sort of
Yeah.
peace than it is an actual peace. Number 2, dragon-marked dynasties. The great dragon-marked families are the barons of industry and commerce throughout Corvair and beyond. Their influence transcends political boundaries, and they remained mostly neutral during the last war. Not technically citizens of any nation, the matriarchs and patriarchs of each house live in splendor within their enclaves and emporiums located throughout Corvair. These dynastic houses of commerce derive their power from dragon marks, hereditary arcane sigils that manifest on certain individuals within the family, granting them limited but useful magical abilities associated with the trade guilds each family controls. So basically, there are these families throughout. Oh, Mr. Level.
Hang on just a second.
Yep, let's go ahead and.
Hell, I gotta fix him up.
Yep, no worries.
Are we recording this one?
We're live right now.
Yeah.
Sweet. Actually, let me get on my laptop, which actually has a camera. I'll be right back.
All right,
Alright, so I'm gonna wait until he's back, so I can fix the.
I have a question
Cameras.
about magic.
We were actually in the process of reading through it for stream. So whenever Loverwoo gets back, I'll probably continue because he's going to be here in just a second, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, he's good.
I can get my commentary on number 2 though. Number 2, what I just read. So basically, there are these different families. They all pass down these dragon marks. It's basically the formation of Eberron was due to these big dragons, and so the idea is that these are all marked by the dragons, supposedly, these people, and they're it's a hereditary thing. So if you're not part of the family, you can't get that mark. If you somehow are born with that mark, it means that your family is a long lost descendant of that one of the big families. There are 12 of them, and they're limited to certain races, obviously, because it's hereditary. So yeah, that's basically all there is to know about that part. And then we'll go on to number 3 once we get Mr. Loverwoo set up. Unless you guys want me to start number 3 now, but I think he's going to interrupt us if I do that.
Yeah, we can just wait. I mean, a donut, so.
What was your question, Dick?
So, like, with magic, is there like an unlimited end of magic? Or like,
What do you
What do you
mean
I
mean
know
by
that
that?
from like the Witcher TV show, their like lore is that like there are certain people who have magic abilities that basically have to sacrifice themselves, so people who are more powerful at with magic can be better at it. So they kind of imply that there's only like a finite amount of magic.
He's
Yeah, that's
basically
not the
asking
case.
if this is a high magic place or not. High magic basically means that there's a
Hey guys.
unlimited amount of
Oh.
magic.
Hello.
Wait, I can't hear any of you guys. One sec.
That's unfortunate.
Now we talk some smack.
I kind of did have one question, I guess.
Well, look, can I answer? I don't know. Did we finish answering Thick's question?
There we
There
okay,
there
you did.
isn't really like a end of magic. I mean, magic is just something that exists in the world. Now, it might have different sources depending on who you ask, and
Alright.
there's different like theories about what the source of magic is, but it there's no known finite amount of magic.
Right.
AU, your question.
Alright.
Yeah, I guess it was just about the artificer stuff.
Yeah.
It says replicate magical item. Does that mean I have to have that item to begin with, or it sounds like it says I could just put the properties of it into an object that's similar to it, but I don't know if it's like I have to have already been in contact with that other
Yeah.
item first.
I remember reading through that. I'd have to look to make sure. So this isn't my final ruling, but my working knowledge of it is I think you can just replicate an item. You don't have to have it. You just be like, you know what? I want this item to be that.
I think
just
it would be-
like I've heard of its
Personally,
properties and
I would
replicate
make
it.
the same decision as a DM, because I think it would be kind of stupid if, you know,
It
like
takes away
you
from
just,
the feature.
yeah, it just kind of like removes the ability that your character has.
Personally, I think this donut is fucking delicious.
Personally, that feels not relevant.
I don't know, man. That seems pretty relevant. Alright, so getting into character creation, what did I miss?
Well, we're going over world information right now.
Okay.
Couple things I want to cover real quick. How do you feel about player characters dying?
Oh, that's fine.
Cool. Is there anything, theme, topic, whatever, that's off limits for you?
I mean, nothing that probably wouldn't like go without saying, like I don't know, like sexual stuff and shit like that.
Excellent.
Oh, that's
what we already
immediately
talked
what
about.
everyone else said.
Basically, already went over that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then last thing, do you have a preference on whimsical or serious, and anywhere in between, or do you lean more wanting a serious campaign? Or
I don't really have a preference. I'll
Okay.
go with whatever.
So that's pretty much what everyone said. So I can warn you all that I tend to be more serious, just
Okay.
because that's how I am. But
It's all good.
if you guys are silly, that's fine. Be silly. I don't care.
I'm a mix. Like I planned out with my friend earlier what my accent for this character was gonna be. So
I have an accent planned out that I think is gonna fucking hurt my throat.
good luck.
Well, you should be used to things hurting your throat, though. So
Oh,
All right, I'm done.
Hey,
I'm done. Black is done.
Wow, we went there.
There's gonna be no
alright.
sexual content.
Yeah,
campaign
I mean,
hasn't
in the
started
game.
yet.
Fuck.
Okay.
So then, yeah. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So we're doing, it's an Eberron campaign. I don't know how familiar you are with Eberron. Eberron is basically mage punk or dungeon punk. So
Got
think
it.
steampunk, cyberpunk sort of thing, but with high fantasy.
Got it.
So that's sort of the idea. And then what I was telling them before you jumped in, we see if I can find it. Perfect. We have a campaign hook. It's basically like a quick blurb summary of what the goal of the campaign is. Your
Right.
character isn't going to
That-
start off with that goal in mind. You're not going to necessarily know, your character's not going to necessarily know what it is. I just want you as a player to make a character who's not inherently opposed to that. So that way,
Okay.
whenever it presents itself to you guys, you're not like, I'm going to go do something else.
Got it.
If that makes sense. And then the other thing, you cannot make an evil character because it doesn't help with party unity if you are against everyone else. So,
Right.
and then you wrote that down what the campaign hook was, right, Broke?
Yeah. So if you look in the text channel, that's what the discover what caused the first morning and stop it from happening
Is this
again.
in the text channel?
That's in our text channel. The clan, our group
Yeah.
call. That will be
Oh, in the
doing
group
things
call?
with. Yeah, that's where I put it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Warbrook put it. Discover what caused the
I'll,
first warning and stop it from happening again.
Oh,
I'll pin it.
that's what it was.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's
that's
what
the
it
campaign
is.
Uh,
I'll
so
pin it.
let's see. If you're in
What is a mourning?
that's what I was going to explain in a second.
Okay.
So if you are you in Roll20 yet?
I can be. I just need to. I should be already signed in and everything, so I use Roll20 for a different one.
Yep.
Launch the
You want to get that
game.
pulled up.
There we go. I just don't have my character in there.
Cool. So if you should have a map of what's called Corvair open. That's the continent that we're going to be starting in, and then
Okay.
in the bottom southwest is the city of Sharn. That's where we're going to start in. But in the middle, you'll see something that says the Mournland.
Let's see. Oh wow, this is like a lot bigger than I was expecting. All right.
It's quite large.
Yeah. So Mournland.
Yep. So basically, to give you a quick overview, Corvair used to be 5 nations. They were united under one king. That king died, and then in the power vacuum, they had a civil war, and the 5 nations fought one another. And then it lasted for like a century. And then towards the end of it, there was an event that happened called the Mourning. And basically, a mist spread out across the entire what you now see as the Mournland. It was one of the 5 nations. A mist spread out across all of it, and everyone who was in it perished.
Okay.
And so it basically wiped an entire nation off the continent. And that was when everyone like freaked out and was like, "Hey, we need to come to some sort of conclusion to this war because we don't want this to happen again." And no one knows what caused it. No one knows what it was. It's just different now. And the land inside has been totally transformed, and it's totally different, and it's much more dangerous than it used to be. So, that's the idea of what a mourning. That's what when they talk about the mourning, that's what they're talking about. So,
Got it.
all right, and then the what we're doing right now. The other thing I explained to them that I do for a new campaign is I give my players 6 distinctives about the campaign to set it apart from other campaigns. Instead of distinctives for this one, since we have a campaign book like this, I'm reading out of the beginning in the introduction, where it says 7 things to know about Eberron. And so we're just going through those 7 things, so that way the stream can hear it, and I'm giving a little bit of commentary on each one as I go. So
sounds good.
If you want to pull it up, you can, or you can just listen to me talk.
I'll just listen.
Okay. So we're on number 3. If you want to go back on your own time and read the first 2, that'd be great. But we're on number 3, and if everyone's ready, I'm going to go ahead and continue. All right. So number 3, Lands of Intrigue. The war is over, and the nations of Corvair now try to build a new age of peace and prosperity. Ancient threats linger, however, and the world needs heroes to take up the cause. Nations compete on many levels, over economic dominance, political influence, territory, magical power, and more, each looking to maintain or improve its status by any means short of all-out war. Dragon-marked houses, which is something we talked about earlier, Mr. Loverwoo. We can talk about it again in a minute if you want. But dragon-marked houses, churches, both pure and corrupt, crime lords, monster gangs, psionic spies, arcane universities, secret societies, sinister masterminds, dragons, and a multitude of organizations and factions join the struggle for position and power in the aftermath of the last war. So we've talked about it a couple times now. Basically, this place was in all-out war, and now everyone is kind of vying for power in the tenuous peace that exists.
Got it.
Number 4, a continent of adventure. From the jungles of Kubara to the blasted hills and valleys of the demon wastes, from the skyscrapers of Sharn to the dinosaur-filled Talenta Plains, Eberron is a world of adventure. Adventurers can draw heroes from one exotic location to another across the continent of Corvair. The quest for the Mirror of the Seventh Moon might take the heroes from a hidden mountain shrine in Dargun to a ruined castle in the Shadow Marshes, and finally to a dungeon deep below the Library of Hornburg. Through the use of magical transportation, heroes can reach a wide range of environments over the course of an adventure, and thus deal with a diverse assortment of monsters and other challenges. So basically, this place is really cool. It's got all sorts of different stuff that we're going to experience.
Got it.
And there is different modes of transportation than in a normal D&D game. So you have lightning rails that span through the continent. If you look on our map,
Where's the yellow?
Yep, the
marks?
yellow lines
Okay.
are lightning rails, so it's kind of like a train,
Okay.
basically. And then there are one of the dragon marked houses runs basically like big giant airships that go through the air. And those
Are
are the
dragon marked houses? Are those like cults or something?
no, they're not cults. They're more like they're houses who bear arcane powers. Like it's a hereditary arcane sigil that gets marked on some of their members, and
Got
they
it.
basically it allows them to be more proficient in certain areas than regular people.
Got
And
it.
so they use those to they basically form like big merchant houses, basically control
Okay.
different parts of the economy. So some of them, are good at travel. Some of them are good at, sending messages to people, communication, that kind of thing. Some of them are healers, stuff like that. But anyway, so like I said, there are different forms of travel to get all across this continent. It's big. We can go to any of those places. We'll see where it takes us. All right. Number 5, a world of magic. The technology of Eberron has developed not through the advance of science, but by the mastery of magic. The widespread use of magic pervades life in the cities and towns. Airships and rail transport make rapid travel across the continent possible. A working class of minor mages called mage rights use spells to provide energy and other necessities. Advances in magic item creation have led to everything from self-propelled farming implements to sentient, free-willed beings created in artificers' forges. With the aid of rare crystals called dragon shards, dragon marks can be made more powerful, elementals can be controlled and harnessed, and magic items can be crafted and shaped. So basically the idea is that everything in this world is just filled with magic.
It's
And
high
magic and often, high magic, and it often looks like things that we would consider to be advanced technology, but really it's just magic.
It's powered by magic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, 6 new races. In addition to the common player character races found in the player's handbook, players can choose to play orc or goblinoid characters in Eberron, or they can choose one of 4 new races: changelings, Kalishtar, shifters, and warforged. Changelings have minor shape-shifting abilities similar to those of doppelgangers. Kalishtar are planar entities merged with human hosts, giving them telepathic abilities. Shifters, developed from the mixing of humans and lycanthropes, a union that grants them limited bestial abilities and feral instincts. The Warforged are a constructed race created during the last war, seeking to find its place in a post-war world. So that's something I mentioned.
Actually, got a question about the Warforged.
Yeah.
Because I know that there are 2 different types of Warforged. They're the ones that are basically the automatons, and then there are also the ones that are like awoken. Are all the Warforged in this awoken? Or
From what I've read so far, I think it seems like the majority of them are awoken.
okay.
But I could be mistaken. I'll let you know if that changes, but I think
Okay.
that's what I'm going to say right now. So my comment on this would be, and this is something I mentioned earlier, it's not uncommon for you to see like civilized orcs and goblins, bugbears, hobgoblins, those kinds of things in this world. You could even play as those for your character if you want. So don't assume just because you see a goblin that they're automatically evil, like you might in another D&D campaign. They are part of the civilized races on Eberron. So, and then finally, number 7 is D&D with a twist. Every race, monster, spell, and magic item in the player's handbook, Dungeon Master's Guide, and Monster Manual has a place somewhere in Eberron, but it might not be the place you expect. Eberron has a unique spot in the D&D multiverse, and many familiar elements of the gameplay, different roles in the world. In particular, mortal creatures are products of culture and circumstances rather than the direct influence of the gods. As a result, you can't assume that a gold dragon is good or a beholder is evil, only in the case of celestials, fiends, and certain other creatures whose identity and worldview are shaped by magic, such as the curse of lycanthropy, is alignment a given. So again, I've said it many times, things are different on Eberron than what you might expect. So, all right, any questions?
No, didn't get
Nope.
that far.
All right.
Don't believe so.
So that being said, I know Thick and Broke both have their characters already created, and then AU and Mr. Loverwoo, we're gonna have to get your guys' created.
Yeah.
Mr. Loverwoo, do you
Yeah.
have? Would you be able to start tomorrow? Because our regular game is going to be every other Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. They all said that they could start, but we don't have to if you can't.
I'm like 90% sure I could start tomorrow. I'll double check, but I don't think I have anything that would interfere with that.
Okay, and also
then-
mods that goes for you too. If you guys could be there tomorrow, that would be fantastic. At 8 p.m. same time as today.
So tentatively, we'll plan on starting tomorrow. So the other thing to talk about once these two have kind of gotten more in their idea for their characters is there's a feature in Eberron in the first chapter of the book that allows you guys to pick out a group patron. I don't know if that's something that interests you guys, but I think it's
Pages
pretty
that
neat.
on? I mean, what
I don't
section
have
is that in? I
pages.
mean, not pages. Sorry, I'm used to saying pages.
I looked
So-
at it and I didn't think anyone like fit my character.
Well, that might be the case. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. But so it's chapter 1, character creation, group patrons, is the section header. It's the last section of chapter 1, if that helps.
I have a question about characters in general.
Yep.
Are we all going to know each other before going into this campaign?
From him.
Just gonna meet at a
Yeah.
bar?
He's very
Discord's.
robotic-y for me.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm gonna change the server
asked
to
if the
Central. Sorry.
Hello, everyone.
well,
He asked if we're gonna know each other before the campaign starts or not.
well, so that's kind of what I'm talking about. If we do a group patron, you all would know each other because you're working
Okay.
together as a group under this patron. If we don't, then it's really up to individual choice. I think it's interesting if you guys create characters who know one another beforehand, but it's entirely your choice. So,
I think my character it would fit best in the character if he did not know everyone.
I'm also
beforehand, and
kind
they
of in the
meet.
same boat. If
Okay.
you know, like the standard bog standard, you meet in a tavern. You know what I mean?
sure.
Either works for me. Like, I'm still trying to decide this character's personality. So
Well, and the other thing to mention to you guys, in chapter 4 of this book, there is a pre-made adventure to get you started in the world of Eberron, which I'm planning on using. So please don't read the 4th chapter,
Okay.
at least not until we're done.
Okay.
Goes for you
Okay.
too, chat.
No metagaming.
But if that's the case, if you guys are not going to go with the group patron option, then I have something I need to tell you about, or something you need to do with your character before we start, which let me find it real quick. You ever gonna kill that fly, Thick?
There's multiple.
The fly just wants to watch some D&D too. Let
I
me.
guess so.
Man, I'm trying to decide on the races because there's like 3 that I'm deciding between.
I think I figured out how I want to go with mine. There's a lot of options with the Artificer.
There is.
Yeah.
It's a cool
I'm
class,
deciding-
though.
It is cool. Like what I'm
deciding
doing.
between like Warforged, either like an orc or a changeling.
Well, I'm already doing a Warforged. That
Okay,
helps
so
if you want to
then
do
I
one as
won't
well.
do that then.
And we have a
'Cause, yeah,
tiefling and a
so-
goblin already too.
What I would
All right.
I
So
kind
I'll
of
do
have a
changeling
really-
then.
I have a really neat idea that I think would be fun to do. Because I was thinking of doing, since I'm a Warforged, I was gonna go with the arm blade option thing for the replicate magic item.
Okay.
And make it a javelin, and then on top of that, I can have returning weapon as one of my infusion choices. So I'd be able to fire my arm off at people, and then it just come back to me.
The one
That's
thing I
pretty
will point out,
amazing.
you cannot infuse one thing with 2 different infusions.
Oh dang!
We could discuss house ruling it, but I just
Alright,
know
well,
off the
if you
top of
don't-
my head. So
If you don't feel like it works, then never mind.
we can talk about it. But first, let's see. Okay, so all of you in this case are going to be an acquaintance of Sergeant Germain Villeroy.
Okay, let me put that in
Okay.
my notes.
Germain Villeroy, and I can type that.
Okay, yeah,
in.
can you get that?
Yep.
Do you care? Okay.
I don't know how to spell fucking Jermaine.
Said Jermaineville.
Yep.
Sergeant
So, she is a sergeant of the Sharn Watch. She's a Braelish veteran of the last war. Brayland was one of the nations from the original 5 nations of Eberron. Or of
Wait,
Corvair, sorry.
hang on. A sergeant of Jermaine Villeroy, and then what was her background again? I'm sorry.
So she's a sergeant in the Sharn Watch. She is a Braelish veteran of the last war. Braelish is just her nationality. She's from Brayland, which is where Sharn is.
Sharn Watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
So each of you needs to come up with a friendly connection to her.
Okay.
And there are a list of connections you could roll on if you don't have one that you can come up with on your own.
Where are those? I just want to look at them. They're in the book.
Yeah, I'll just post a picture so you don't get tempted to look at the wrong section of the book.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that works.
I also have a question just about this in general. How much, like as the DM, how much do you do that is combat versus roleplay? Like, should I bother worrying too much about like having a character that's more optimized for combat or something like that?
I tend to try and make it pretty even.
Okay.
But I probably lean a little more on roleplay, but we'll see what
Okay.
happens. So
I'm just wondering because I'm deciding classes, and it's like I don't know what everyone else is, but I'm wondering if I should go paladin or
so
like
to help
something
you
that's more
out-
a caster.
To help you out, I'm a Hexblade Warlock, Tiefling Hexblade Warlock.
Okay.
Thick, I believe
figured
you're
you were
a...
a tiefling, so I figured you were a
I'm
warlock.
I'm a goblin bard.
Okay.
And I use a Warforged Artificer.
A warforged what?
Artificer. Artificer, whatever.
Okay. Artificer, artificer, whatever. I will go paladin then. I guess I haven't played one of those.
Option 1 might work for me since I'm a Warforged and it's implied they fought during that.
sure, if that's what you want to do.
Can I?
You don't have to roll on this table. This is just
Oh.
something to give you ideas.
Can I
So,
take one of them and tweak it?
absolutely.
Cool.
Okay,
Cool. Cool.
because-
As long as
Okay.
it's a friendly connection.
Yeah.
So
All right, because I think I know what backstory I want for my
Okay.
Artificer. All right.
why do we all look like we're in shadow on stream?
That's because I
everyone's
have
dark.
I have the picture pulled up. So that way, yeah, it's...
Okay, gotcha. I
That's why
understand.
you have the white box on almost every single one of your screens, because I'm looking at the picture.
That makes
I
sense.
can actually change that. Give me a second. Because I
Did the war? The war was
Pulled up in
fought
the
like
browser.
throughout the whole land.
Throughout the whole continent, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know if you were here when I said this, Mr. Loverwoo, but especially the introduction and then chapters 2 and 3 have lots of information about the history and then the current nations and organizations and things like that on
Got it.
Corvair.
Yeah,
So
I'll take a look at those when I get a chance.
it's a hefty section of reading, so I understand if you don't have it
Yeah.
all read.
I'll figure something out.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys get your characters created quick enough, we could start tonight, maybe.
Like I said, mine's created. I'm ready. I'm just making this like connection with Jermaine right now. I don't know if you want me to like.
We're starting at level 4, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I put
I
this
don't know
in
if
my
you want me to
notes.
send it to you.
Yeah, please. I would love that. If you send it to me.
I put it in my notes. Basically, I know her because I saved her life.
Okay.
I also thought about going with, depending on what you work better, because you know my backstory. But I also thought that maybe like the rail journey, as you know, like my character's been from like place to place.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to think on what would work best.
I also wrote it in the viewpoint of my character, not like me. I don't know if that's what you want or not.
That's fine. Whatever
Also-
you're most whatever you're most comfortable with.
I just sent it to you on Discord.
Beautiful.
I think it might give you a hint of how my character's gonna play.
I love it. That's great.
Wait, what was that? I cut out for a minute.
Oh, he sent me something about how his character knows Jermaine. So
Oh, gotcha.
Let's see. Sacred Oath.
Also, we're
It's a
starting
good
at level
weapon in
4.
Destiny.
what'd you say about that?
Said that's a good weapon in Destiny.
No, sorry, Broke said something.
I just said, well, we're starting at level 4, just that way you know.
Okay. Were you asking a question, Mr. Lavu?
I was just like more talking to myself about oaths and how I don't know what any of them do.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
All right.
Yeah, I have no idea about anything about Paladin. I've never played a Paladin, so...
Oh, you're playing a
oh.
paladin. Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, my oaths. That's what I was talking about.
There are lots of options available because I have most of them.
Indeed, there are. Probably not Conquest.
As soon as you guys have your characters' names, let me know, and I will put it under your webcam on the OBS.
What'd you say, bro?
Sweet.
When you have your character names, just let me know, and I'll what they are, and I'll put them under OBS for what who you're playing as.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you can come in. Yeah, you're knocking on my door. You
Be
can come
back
in.
in 1 sec.
Is that insulin?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is.
This is one that I already used a little bit of,
Okay.
but one of the sides is a little bit stickier. I don't think it makes that big of a difference, to be honest. I think it's supposed to be attractive. I think it's just the yellowness of it.
Okay.
I
So
don't
this
know where
side
you
is supposed to
put
be a
it.
sticker.
One of them. I don't know if
Yeah,
that
just put it on the wall.
you could. I don't know if it will paint or not.
I don't give a fuck. They don't hear that. Doesn't matter, right?
It's up to you.
Here, you want to just put this one on the wall? I don't think I need this big one. I mean, I'll keep it in case I need it. But
Are we dropping frames?
we're getting a little break of the fourth wall right now. We need Black soon enough. I'm gonna say this. I'll bet money that people will get tired of me saying Black
Can you show me what you sent, Cass?
by the end of this. Yeah, I can.
All right.
That's fucking
Think of thus far. What do you guys think thus far? I can't word.
Damn, how do I become a VIP?
Be a
You gotta
dungeon
type
master.
in my chat. You gotta type in my chat first.
Don't ban me.
My mods might get you before I do.
Did you make these rewards for Modern Warfare?
Which rewards?
You have rewards like burst fire for the whole round, pistol only, single fire.
They were for
Choose-
Siege, but yes, they are also for Modern
Oh.
Warfare. When I'm able to stream Modern Warfare for that as well.
What is Ascend to Power?
That is essentially you become a mod for 24 hours.
Okay. Okay.
Actually, it's 12 hours, but
Yeah, I'll do that one.
I don't think anybody has that amount of points, so.
Oh, cool.
You're not getting mod insulin.
Yeah. How if we're going? Do you want us to use standard array for stats, or do we want to roll?
We're rolling, so
Okay.
roll
Okay,
46.
Google.
Drop the lowest
Lights
one.
to black.
Yep.
Wow, they might as well not even be on.
It's a 7.
You fucking shithead.
Did you just say that's a 7?
Yeah. 4, 2, and a 1.
Hmm.
You don't have to. You can change your lights back. I just wanted it for the joke.
Fuck.
I like how broke we see. Everything's broke.
It got fucked up. Okay, Google. Lights to red.
Oh boy.
Okay, Google. Overhead lights off.
Better. Still trying to figure out how I'm gonna have this set up until I get a webcam at least.
It's like impossible to buy a webcam right now. They're
Yep,
sold
it
out
is.
everywhere.
We we had that problem at work.
I'm having that problem right now because Insulin wants to buy a webcam for our D&D sessions, and I told him like he could take mine and I can buy a better webcam because I also use it for work, and I can't find one.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a specific one, but
There's a $60 webcam on Amazon right now.
is it the Logitech C920?
It's not a Logitech C920.
AU, how's your character coming?
It's getting there.
Getting there?
Getting there.
The C920 is the one I have.
Yeah, that's the one I'd like to get. So Insulin says that Cass looks sharp in his webcam.
I don't have a very good webcam. I
And he
have
said broke look like poo poo.
What?
sorry, let me find out. I have a C270, I think. Yeah, I have a Logitech C270, so
I have the G502 right now, I think. Nothing spectacular, but it gets the job done.
Insulin, it was probably like 20 or 30 bucks when I first bought it, but now I can't find them hardly anywhere, so it's probably more expensive now.
Even like on Logitech's website, like most of the webcams are sold out. It's crazy.
My camera normally looks better, but since it's using the aspect ratio from Discord to OBS, it doesn't look that great, as it normally does. Otherwise, I'd be at 1920 by 1080.
Yeah, I'm at a measly old 720 right now.
Sucks to suck.
I think I'm at 720. Hopefully that quality will go up soon. Let's
What prepared spells can I have?
On for me on D&D Beyond, I didn't it didn't show me any spells until I had already like finished my character, and then on my character sheet I added all my spells.
Yeah, that's probably the easiest way to do it.
Oh yeah. Maybe.
I forget how spell slots work for Warlock. Can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, so spell slots for Warlock, you have until like level 11, you only have 2 spell slots. And they're always the highest possible level for you. So at level 4, that's probably still level 2. I don't think it's still level 5 that you need level 3 spell slots. So you have 2 level 2 spell slots. All of your spells cast will always be level 2. And then you refresh your spell slots at the end of any short or long rest. So whereas other classes with spell slots only get them after long rest, you get them back after a short rest. It's super, super useful for you. But you're limited by only having 2. So.
But I also have 4 cantrips, so.
That's true.
One quick fix we could do for you is just get an extension cord. Obviously, it won't, I have a question about cantrips.
Yes.
I have 2 cantrips.
Correct.
That's all I'm supposed to have, right?
As a bard, you might need to have 3. I want to say bard gets 3.
Let me check.
At 4th level, he should have 3.
Oh,
I'm looking at it.
I'm
looking at it right here.
All right, I will find that one out right now.
Wait, so okay, so you said Matt, the infusions you can't do 2 infusions at once, right?
You can do multiple infusions at once. You just can't do multiple infusions on the same item.
Oh, okay, that's okay. Change this up then.
I think I'd have to look at Artificer again to tell you more accurately. Let's see here.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right back. It's gonna mess up with the cameras, but it's gonna have to wait a minute.
Oh, well, now I'm Broke's character.
Nice.
Artificer.
Alright, I'm just doing like characteristics and stuff on my character. Alright.
Sorry about that. I had to blow my nose.
Do all my prepared spells.
I had to blow my nose.
You'll
I didn't
never
want that to
be
be on
forgiven,
camera.
Broke.
Alright, well, fuck you. So, yeah.
When and where?
Right here, baby.
Oh God, no.
That's what I thought.
What do we start with?
There should be a starting equipment section for each character, or for each class. Sorry.
Oh, it says choose equipment or gold.
Yeah, choose equipment. I mean, I guess you can roll for gold and then buy equipment if you want to, but I find starting equipment to work better usually.
Definitely.
So AU. Oh, he just left. There, he's back.
Oh, I'm back.
Also, if it might be easier for some of you, if you have like a picture of what you want what you imagine your character to look like, that can work in place of your webcam. If Discord's fucking up, or you just don't want to have it on that day.
Once I have my get a webcam for my actual PC, it should be better because that's like a wired internet connection and all. This on my laptop is going through Wi-Fi on a particularly not so powerful laptop, so
yeah.
Hey, AU, do you realize that you don't have your camera on?
My camera's not on?
Correct.
Oh, let me fix that. Must have turned off. Turned off. 1 sec. There we go.
For now, I'm gonna
Changing a
remove
couple
the tiles except for this one.
Okay, so what did I say? Oh, AU, if you look at the table for your class, the Artificer's table, there's a column that says infused items. That shows how many items you can have infused at any time.
Let me see. I don't see where it says artificer table. Let me go to a different page,
I'm
probably.
gonna get some water real quick.
Artificer table. Okay.
Oh, apparently I can know up to 7 spells too.
I can know 2 cantrips, known infusions. I can know 2, and I can infuse 2 items at a time.
You should be able to know 4.
It says we're level 4, right?
Yep.
No, I can only learn 3 first level spells and 2 cantrips.
Oh, I thought you said infusions. You can know 4 infusions.
I can know 4.
But you can only...
Wait. So if I did Armblade, would that just always count as an active infusion?
It does. It does.
Alright, I'll make some adjustments then.
Yeah.
Because that very much changes.
So I just got through the character builder in
Yep.
D&D Beyond. What now? Do I
Let me look at your character.
Oh, okay. So should I just make it a PDF and send it to you?
No, I
Something like
have
that?
access to your character on D&D Beyond.
Oh, okay.
Matter of fact, we can all see each other's characters, I believe.
Oh, we can?
Yeah.
Should be able to.
We can all see them. Yeah.
Why is there an extra character? Oh. Mr. Loverwoo, you had already added a character to this campaign, and then you added another
Oh,
one.
did I?
Yeah, I'm going to
that's
remove
not
your
bad.
first one.
Yeah, that's fine. There's like nothing on it.
You guys have those done, let me know, and I can, and then everyone will appear on the D&D Beyond overlay on Twitch. And chat can see your HP and your ability scores, your abilities, and all that stuff too.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. It's the same thing Critical Role uses.
Man, that wisdom is rough.
Yeah, it's fine. Fine.
So
What could go wrong? I was thinking about changing my strength and charisma, but I don't think it'll make much of a difference.
Yeah.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
If you need some things to use a spell, are you going to make us need those things to use the spell?
So that's where your Bard thing would come in. Since you can use that as your like arcane focus, and your arcane focus has the ability, if it does not have a cost of value. So for example, let's say you need a cat's tongue for like a spell in order to cast it, right?
Yeah.
But that does not have a gold cost initiated to it, so you don't have to have that specific item. But if you like for Revivify, for example, you need like I think it's 100 gold value diamond or something like that, and which you would need that item. So only if it has a gold cost, you will need said item.
So this says, I just want to make sure I'm doing this right. This says I need an eyelash encased in gum, Arabic. I don't know, Arabic. I would not need to use that.
Nope.
No, as long as it doesn't give a spell or like a cost to it.
Yeah. So that arcane power I have, right? Can I only do that once?
What do you mean?
Like he says, because of my arcane power, I don't need to like have that item to use a spell. Does that only account once? Do I need to take a long rest before I could do it again?
So you have what are called spell slots.
Yep.
You're familiar with how spell slots work?
Yeah.
So when you cast a spell, it uses a spell slot.
Yeah.
But you can use the arcane focus anytime you're casting a spell.
Okay.
Let me pull up Bard's real quick because I want to read it. under spellcasting.
Should know 7 spells. You have Cure
Yeah, I'm
Wounds on
getting
there
my-
twice, by the way.
Oh, I think that did it by itself because it's a first level and second spell.
Oh, you have Charm Person, Cure Wounds. Okay, I'm just dyslexic. Yeah. It did do that. That's weird. Interesting.
So under spellcasting for a bard, it says you can use a musical instrument as a spellcasting focus for your bard spells. So anytime you cast a bard spell, you can use that musical instrument instead of the material components, provided they don't have a stated value in the spell description.
Is there a way? Are all spells my bard spells, or
Unless you have spells that come from like your race or something like that, which as a goblin you shouldn't. So
Yeah, never mind. I think I answered my own question. But anyway, it was, you know, I get Thaumaturgy because I get Thaumaturgy and Minor Illusion, I believe, because I'm a tiefling.
that is correct.
So do those count against the amount that I know?
No, they do not.
So that would mean I would still get to pick one more cantrip.
Yes.
I believe. Let me make sure that I'm tiefling, because I need to...
So I have to roll 3d6, you said?
For your
It's only
ability scores?
Thaumaturgy.
Yeah.
So never mind.
No, you roll 4d6 and then you drop the lowest one.
Gotcha.
And then you do that 6 times and you put them wherever you want them to be. Okay, so I'm looking over our paladin. Did you, Mr. Loverwoo?
I changed. I decided I wanted to go for more of a dex-based build, so I just switched around 2 of my ability scores.
Okay.
But other than that, everything I think is set.
AU, just to let you know, I've been told it's better to roll the die in D&D and Beyond than in Roll
They
20.
have dice for D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you look, there's a little dice button down at the
Roll
bottom left corner.
20's random number generator is not
Like,
as
I
great.
have an 8 out of mine, and both Broke and Cass said that 8s are rare, and I have 2 of them, and you just rolled a 7. So
Where is it?
that-
at the
that
You can also
number
roll
should be
real dice
6.
if you want to do that.
Yeah, you could do that.
Wait, so I'm looking at D&D Beyond and I don't see where
it's in the
at.
bottom left-hand corner for me.
It's like a little
Oh.
dice symbol.
I don't see anything there. I'm on the ability score page unless it's on a different page.
So here, I'm gonna share my screen real quick.
Okay.
It's right down here.
Oh, okay. You see, like, I guess since I'm still on the stat page, it doesn't show that.
Yeah, I
'Cause
guess
haven't
since you're not
showed
done
it
yet, it doesn't. Yeah, just
Can you
click
just
on
open
that.
up a different, like, bubble? Not bubble. Tab. I don't know why I said bubble. That doesn't make any sense. A different D&D Beyond tab. Can you not open that up?
The what?
Like just a different tab with D&D Beyond in it?
Oh, sure. Me?
Yeah, if you want to, so you can pull open dice. Or you could just roll real dice. It's up to you. I'm not picky.
We
know
saw
what,
him
I
point
guess
that got me.
I'll roll real dice
Yes,
since I haven't
Cassinet,
one
I
second.
know nothing costs a cat's tongue. I'm just... That's an example, damn it.
I just wanted chat to realize that that's not an actual cost. So it's not like D&D requires you to pull out cat's tongue.
No, but for
Not even
alchemy
fake
sometimes.
cats. Mr. Loverwoo, did you roll for your hit points, or did you take the average?
I did not roll for hit points.
So you just took the average?
I think I might have
He might have-
just completely glossed over that. Yeah.
Then
I
you
just took,
probably
like,
did
what the default
average.
was, I guess.
Okay, then that was average.
Yeah. I think I will roll. Just to say I did because I haven't done it before.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna roll my stats as well.
So it
Oh, we're talking about health, but you can
Oh.
roll health if you want to.
I rolled health too,
yeah.
so
I'll just so it's just roll plus con, right?
Yes, except for the first level, you get your full whatever your D is. So for a paladin, it's probably like a D10.
I think it might be 12 actually.
Yeah, it's a D10.
Oh, okay.
So 10 plus 2.
Okay, so that's these symbols, they're the 6.
Okay.
So I guess we got a 4, 4, and a 6.
Okay.
So you just take
So
one
it's
of the 4s
14.
away. Yeah.
14.
Hey, Mr. Loverwood, just so you know, you only have a +1 for your Constitution modifier, so it's 10 plus 1
Yeah.
at first level.
So 11, 17. 17 plus 8. Is that 25?
Yep.
And
Then, oh wow, 27. All right,
27 is what you got?
total. I rolled a 1 on my last one.
Reroll that last one.
He chose the heart of the die and he lost.
I understand
far,
that,
yeah.
but don't mess around with HP, man.
so far, I feel like I'm winning the heart of the
Look
die
at
right
that.
now.
Yeah, your rolls have been pretty good.
Oh no!
Your rolls are like my rolls. I roll really high when I roll stats.
Yeah, I have 2 stats that are pretty
You
bad.
need,
Well, I
we
have
need to
3
get thick a
stats.
set of fucking dice.
I don't have them. I don't.
All right,
I'd use them if I had them.
rolled a 6 instead.
Okay, that's better.
So I got a 15, I think. Wait, no.
Is it
Got a
6, 5, and
14.
4?
Yeah, it's 14. Wait, no, wait.
No, 6, 5, and 4 is
Yeah,
15.
15.
Yeah,
15,
yeah,
okay.
Chat, math is hard.
Math is hard, real talk.
Alright.
I'm gonna lie, Thick, when you were talking about that independent variable, I honestly thought you were talking about math.
No, it's not math. Well, science, math, they kind of go hand in hand, but like,
Yeah, they're basically the same thing. It's fine.
That's a 1 way over there.
Okay, while AU finishes up his character, I'm going to turn off my camera for a minute so I can go let my dogs out.
Okay.
okay.
I'll
Alright.
be right back.
Mind making my thing a techno robot ninja.
So, chat, what you guys think thus far? You having fun? Haven't started really doing anything yet, but wow. Just bought an extension cord, Pogs. Oh. What are you trying to use it for, Insulin? When we actually start chat, we'll probably tell you more about our characters and like what they look like and stuff. Cause I got like a whole like description plan for mine.
Insulin, why did you just buy an extension cord? I could literally just pick one up.
Because he didn't.
You didn't have to spend money on it. I could just drive to my house, my mom's house, and grab one. I'm pretty sure I also have like extenders. I'd have to look for it. I might not have one, but I'd have to look for it. $7 isn't bad.
Also, chat, some nights, like when we can't be doing D&D, I'm pretty much probably going to devote D&D to Tuesdays. So that's where I will be
2 days. That's 2
restreaming.
days, boy.
I will be restreaming my own personal D&D stuff to Twitch. Restreaming it from YouTube to here. And just kind of like commentating over it and stuff.
We could have probably also just went to Walmart. You didn't even have to wait it for ship. You could have just drove like half a mile to get it.
Yeah, but that's not millennial enough, Thick.
I guess so.
See, exactly.
Hello.
Welcome
We're
back.
back.
Are we done?
Almost.
Almost? Okay.
I'm working on the personality stuff.
Sweet. Mr. Liverwoo, where you at?
I'm set.
Okay, cool.
Figured when
so
we
then-
actually start, that's when we could introduce our characters, you know, a bit more.
Absolutely.
And let it naturally happen.
Sure. We could just let it naturally happen in the game because
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah.
The adventure
Yeah,
actually.
'cause none of us know each other. Yeah, none of us know each other anyway.
And the adventure is set up for you guys to not know each other, so.
Yeah.
You know it, Insulin.
Loverwoo's character name is Bosk, by the way, if you want to throw that on.
Bosk? Is that, you want to
Bosk.
Okay.
Okay.
A lot of B names.
If by a lot you mean two, then yes.
Well, when we have 4, and my B name has 2 B's in it.
How is it spelled?
Bosk.
Okay, is that it? Okay. Yo, Insulin, Merry Christmas.
My camera one last time.
You just can't decide where you want it, can you?
No, it's more like I need to either have my PC keyboard in front of me or the laptop in front of me. Someone's asked some questions about chemistry.
You also don't have to have your cam on. I can put a picture in there instead if you want that for now.
Yeah. The problem is I don't have a picture yet. So, 2 minutes.
Yeah. I also think that it's current your laptop's messing with your mic quite a little bit, I think. You know, than what it is normally.
Like how so?
You're very staticky than normal.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
that
super
might be like
robotic-y.
As Toxic always says, you sound like you're getting fucked by R2-D2.
Hey, hold on now.
Does he always
go.
say that?
Yeah,
He says it a lot.
Situation you're getting involved in. Here, let me
he
just.
says it a lot. Yeah, he does.
Alright, can you all hear me?
Why'd you have to make me a liar? Who am I hearing?
Talk again?
Damn, how did Insulin get VIP?
Me.
I didn't.
You have it.
Oh, I do?
Talk.
I don't see no pretty gem next to my name.
I see
It's
your
there.
pretty Jim.
Oh, I don't see it. Maybe because I haven't. I see it. Oh, I see it in your chat, but I don't see it in my chat. Maybe it's
Yeah,
'cause I
the
haven't
first time you
refreshed.
chat with it, it doesn't show up.
You have
After
to
that,
refresh.
All right, AU, how's the character coming?
Going pretty good. Just finishing up the height and weight and all that stuff.
Cool. Not trying to rush you, just trying to rush you.
No worries. I'm about to be done.
I have all the worries.
Okay, it is roughly 10:15 your guys' time. Do we want to try and start tonight?
Yeah, we can. I'm fine
I'm
with
good with starting
I'm
tonight.
about to be done. So I'm done.
The only thing I would say is that for Mr. Loverwood, you're still staticky, I think.
Hard to say. I feel like he hasn't talked in a minute.
You honestly could just switch to your PC and maybe just
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do that.
just switch to your PC and we can just leave that part blank for now since you don't have the picture yet.
Yeah, I'll grab a picture or something.
Yeah.
There's also character portraits in D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
He fucking just left. He was like, fuck, the fuck thick.
Well, we all feel that way, so.
I know.
Actually, I'm gonna give it a minute, Chad. We're gonna fix it once he joins back.
I like how my square is just two different people's rooms right now.
You are the void.
All right. I think my character is done. Oh, I didn't name it.
That's important. You should probably do that.
You should name it Blook Blook.
Boop, boop. I mean, that's better. I literally just a couple weeks ago I did a campaign where I was a total barbarian named Snip Snap.
There you go.
Pretty close.
I
Yeah,
am
better.
going to make a barbarian soon that
Nice.
is called Unga Bunga.
Oh, hold on. Would you guys like to see Snip Snap? I made an image for him.
Let's have that as the picture for Mr. Loverwoo. Is Snip Snap.
All right. Here, you might like it. Here you go. Several hours of effort.
Yeah, you sound a lot better now.
Awesome. Oh, sweet. I love him. fucking
He's
love
great.
turtles. I love turtles. They're like one of my favorite races.
He's a good boy.
He's great.
Raised by orcs.
There we go. That's Bosk right there.
Yeah, I'm looking for like an actual picture.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if you heard me, but D&D Beyond has like character portraits. So
Oh, it does.
Is that
That's-
where you got yours, Tick?
yeah, that's where I got mine.
Okay.
Uh,
Because yours
right
is
there.
totally a goblin from Magic the Gathering.
Oh wait, let me see. I wonder if I can name the card.
Don't look at my character sheet.
You probably can. It's super obvious.
Yeah.
One of the most popular goblins there is.
What is it? Goblin Guide?
No, not that one.
So how do I find a
Paladin?
character portrait?
On your character sheet, just click the picture that's like blank.
Yep.
And then there's something that says change portrait.
Oh, right there. Okay, sweet.
I don't know how he's gonna send that to me, but
All right, I made a name. I'm happy with it. There we go.
Is it Unga Bunga?
Not quite.
It should be.
I like it.
Like the name.
also,
Thank you. Did it
my
actually change
friend-
it or no? It didn't change it. What the?
also my friend Frank,
That changed
he's
it
a
for me.
wizard in my campaign. He's gonna make a spell called Unga Bunga.
Stop!
That-
Don't do that.
that gives you the ability of a barbarian. But in order to use it, if you don't say this, you take 1d10 psychic damage. You have to say Unga Bunga every time you make a melee attack.
I love that.
There's a price to life, and you found it.
Hold on. Let's try this again. Alright, view character sheet. Let's see. Did that fix it? No, it just keeps saying Ace and my man's characters. Like that's it.
Let me
Doesn't
see
say
if
his
I can
name.
see it, because I can.
It
see.
says his name for
I
me.
I see it.
What's his name say for you guys?
81
81-AIN.
AIN
Okay, good.
Or Blaine.
or Blaine.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So it did show up. That's weird. Whatever, it works, I guess. Yeah, that's the character.
I have a working portrait for now.
Okay.
Try and find one that's a little more suitable for it.
If you want to send that to me so I can.
Do I need to like save the file or save the image or something?
Yeah, I think you're gonna need to like save the image.
Yeah, I'll just give you guys a placeholder image for now. Let me see if I have any robot pictures.
Actually, if you could all send me like images, for like if your camera's not working that day or like Discord's just like screwed, then like there can be like a placeholder.
Yeah.
I feel like my Discord icon works for me.
I forget- So I found a robot picture that I have saved on my computer, but I don't think it'd work.
No, I don't think that works at all.
Yes, so when
Are you sure about that?
What the hell?
I'll look
Oh,
Time to look.
What even is that?
It's Gyro Man.
Oh, of course. Of course. Of course it's Gyro Man.
Let me see if I have any other robot pictures.
Here's the picture of me that you can use.
I like the stash. Thick.
Thank you. The stash went away.
I can tell.
The stash was getting annoying.
You know what? This kind of works. I'll save this image and use that.
Is one of your eyes bigger than the other, or are you just like half
I was-
closed one of your eyes there?
I was like squinting to read something.
Oh, okay. Well, I knew
know.
they had insulin.
I know, insulin. I'm so upset.
Just saw your picture thing.
Here, this you can use temporarily, I guess.
Do you guys want to see the picture of my new student ID?
Fuck.
So my student ID, you had to submit a photo, and this is probably the fucking like the fourth photo that I submitted, and I was done with life. And this is the photo that they finally approved.
You look like you're asleep.
I don't know if it's gonna focus or not.
It's
Well,
good.
I was so done with life in this photo.
Oh, that's funny.
All right.
Oh,
But as you can see, I am student.
Student.
I don't
Amazing.
think it's gonna.
I would have never guessed that you were a student at your school.
My old school, my student ID says I'm a resident assistant.
Yeah,
that's
Alright.
funny. I
Picture
just-
day pick insulin. I don't know, really know what you're talking about. That old one.
Oh, that was good.
All right. this
Yeah.
is-
So should I zoom in on Sharn?
Maybe one day.
This is going to be quite on the fly, just so you all are aware.
That's fine.
Okay.
And I have to scale this adventure up to level 4, so we'll see how it goes.
Let's see how it goes. That's the way, you know.
I have a question.
do things
If I play something, is there a way I can play audio here for y'all to hear, or no?
What do you
Not-
mean?
Really.
Like a rhythm bot or something, kind of like that. But
I mean, I think we'd have to be inside the server for that to happen.
He can, if you're like wondering, like for ambiance and D&D music, he has the ability later on to use like the jukebox inside Roll20 to like add the
Oh, okay.
ambiance. But since this is kind of like on the fly, maybe like next time.
okay.
Yeah. If we decide to do that.
Also,
I'll talk
if
to you
we're
about
doing
that,
this,
bro.
if we are doing this tonight, are we also doing this tomorrow as well? Or are we
I would
gonna-
prefer not to. If we're going to
Okay.
do it tonight, I'd prefer not to do it tomorrow. But
That's
Okay.
fine.
we probably let's put it this way. I'll give you guys the option. We can either do it tonight or we can do it tomorrow. If we do it tomorrow, I'll one have a little bit more prepared, and two, we'll probably have more time to play. If we do it tonight, then we'll have less time. But we, do it right now. So it's up to you guys. I'm okay with either option.
Yeah, I think honestly, tomorrow might be the better option.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
for all
Mhm.
parties.
Yep, I
Yeah,
think.
if that's the
yep.
situation of like, yeah,
Yep.
we'd
I
have more
think
time
tomorrow.
and do all that.
Yeah, that's fine with me if that's what you guys want to do.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
fine with that.
Most importantly, I'll get to work on my character's voice.
Yeah, if you guys could work on your backstories and stuff. I know some of you guys haven't done, some of you don't. But yeah, just work on your backstories and all that stuff, and I will try to read them before tomorrow, and we'll be ready to go.
All right,
Awesome.
I'll type it out and then send it to you.
Cool. So 8 p.m. EST.
There's
Are
also
you guys
a
all in
section.
EST?
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I'm in EST.
Okay. So I'm in Central Time, just so you guys know. But so I will think EST when I'm talking to you guys. So 8 p.m. tomorrow. We will join together, play for 3-ish hours.
Also, for those of you doing your backstory, there is a section in D&D Beyond under, I
Yes,
believe it's under
absolutely.
description, where
Yeah.
you can add your. Actually, it's under notes where you can add your backstory. There's like a section for that. Like once you're on your like actual character page, like this one that I'm gonna screen share.
Yeah,
Once
I
you're
thought
on
you
this-
said you had that in there, Mr. Thickness.
What, my
Thickums.
backstory? It
Yeah.
should be.
I don't see it. It's not in your notes.
Where would that be?
So if you look at my screen, the one I'm screen sharing, like you have your actions, your spells, and all that. There should be like a section for notes, and it should just be like right here.
I wrote a backstory. I don't know why it's not there.
Well, I guess you better get rewriting.
I mean, it wasn't that long. I don't know if you want it to be long, but
I don't care how long you make it.
We also remove that because that's not.
I don't know why. Because it took my personality traits and everything, but it gave me a random background.
Well, Thick, go in and fix that.
Well, we got time. We're not starting until tomorrow, so.
Yep. Okay, cool. I'm excited. Looking forward to playing.
Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah. Like I said, for backstory stuff, feel free to look through the book. It's got lots of information about Corvair and Sharn specifically. I expect you guys to at least know how you got to Sharn and how you met the sergeant. Sergeant? Yeah.
Sorry.
Mhm.
All right.
So I mean, you want us to? You would want me to expand on that? You know, I saved your life. You want me to expand on that?
Yeah, a little bit. Just just add to it so that it's more specific to your character than I saved your life.
Okay. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. EST. Okay.
All right.
Sweet.
And if you have
Alrighty.
questions, message me, put it in the group chat, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
All right. I guess I'll see you
All
guys
right.
tomorrow.
Yep.
Yep.
I'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right, sounds good, everybody.
See you guys.
Right.
See you tomorrow.
Bye bye bye.
All right, chat. What is up? How are you guys doing? So, what did you guys all think? Did you guys have fun? You're waiting for that striptease? Wow. So yeah, tomorrow we'll be doing stuff more in depth, and we'll actually be even playing. And yeah, the dungeon master is garbage. Well, shit. Lamau. But yeah, if the mods could be there for tomorrow as well, that'd be great. Thank you to all the mods for showing up today. Thank you for everyone else showing up today. It's been good. Yeah. And when we do it tomorrow, that's when we'll be introducing our characters, and more and everything. You can turn the lights blue if you redeem it, Insulin. But yeah. If you guys have any questions about any D&D stuff, you can ask me. What do you have to say to do it? Go down to redeem, the channel points, and redeem change any color. Change the lights to any color. What does Broke have to say? I have to say, okay, Google, and then that's how. I see what you're trying to do, Insulin. Now I'm not going to say it. I have to say, okay, Google, turn lights to blue. No. It's not happening, Insulin. Insulin, you little shit. I love you, you fucker. But yeah, guys, we'll see you guys tomorrow when we'll actually be playing and stuff, and you can see our crazy antics that we're going to get up to. But yeah, I will talk to you guys tomorrow, and yeah. Yeah. Deuces. And also, when we're playing, I'll be using D&D music, different D&D music. So like if we're in a, like a combat situation, I might play something like this. Sometimes I forget to do that, so yeah. Yep. Thanks for coming around, Sonny. And yeah. Deuces, guys.